Welcome to onSodi.com. What is a digital RAW file? A digital RAW file, it is the raw data captured by your camera's sensor. The camera's sensor records the photons of light via the lens. All that sensors do is count photons without any color information. RAW files are actually grayscale, but wait a minute, but where does the color come from? The color information from the scene is captured and recorded by an array of color filters that are built into the sensor. The sensor catches the luminance value for each pixel, and the corresponding color characteristics are recorded by the color filter array. Obtaining the color from the array and combining this with the captured photons of light is the job of the RAW processing software, such as Adobe Camera Raw. We cannot adjust or modify the camera's sensor, so it's not all that important that we know exactly how it works. We just need to know how to process the captured data. What we need to know is how to process and handle a RAW file. Prior to processing though, we need to be able to set correct camera exposure in order to gain the best possible quality and data integrity for ongoing image editing and output. With the skills learned from this course, you will be able to process your RAW files with great skill and flair. If you perform the RAW processing correctly at the beginning of the workflow, you may not have to adjust it again. Why do we use RAW files? We use RAW files for a variety of reasons. We have total control over the interpretation of the image, and we also have total responsibility. The only camera settings that influence a RAW file are ISO speed, the sensor's sensitivity to light. The lower the ISO, the higher the quality. And the exposure, which is the combination of shutter speed and aperture. Every other aspect, after taking the picture, is under your control and open to your interpretation. The advantages of shooting RAW files far outweigh the disadvantages. Files are larger, and we need to process them, but we have far greater quality and detail. The results clearly speak for themselves. RAW files are better than any other format for capturing photographs. Why not shoot in the JPEG format? When you shoot JPEG, all the parameters that you have under your control in RAW processing software are carried out by the camera's onboard software. With a JPEG image, you are locked into the camera's interpretation of the scene. JPEG also has a very limited editing range and is poor in handling color adjustments, in particular, skin tones. In conclusion, shoot in the RAW format because the results are always better.